What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Never Failing. I'm coming at you with another COD Ghost Domination gameplay commentary. We are playing on Strike Zone and we are using the SC 2010, and good things are gonna happen today. What is going on though? What has been good with you guys? I had a few extra people come out to the live stream the other day. Thank you to Frito for retweeting my live stream out. That's pretty cool. Said he admires my dedication. I say it's insanity that I keep playing this game the way I do, but I don't hate this game. I really don't. I actually kind of enjoy it. So for the most part, at this point though, it's kind of just going for Chem Strikes. And where is my OP fucking C4 from Black Ops 2? I want it back. I need my OP shit in order to do good. They're killing me. Just killing me. Now, got that IMS, baby. Woo. Don't really have any kind of topic in mind, so we're just gonna talk randomly and we'll say whatever the hell pops up in my mind here. And that is what we are gonna do for this commentary. Some random ass shit. That's how I likes it. That's how I roll. So here recently, sad news to report, my grandmother, or my wife's granddad passed away. And it's actually the second time I've ever missed work. First time was when my dad died or was killed. You know, my dad was murdered, for anybody that does not know. But second time I've ever missed work, and I kind of want to talk about the work ethic and all that stuff here, and why I hate missing work. I hate missing work because there's a dependency from everybody else in my team for me to be there. But at the same time, I got to be there for my family. My family comes first and foremost above all else in my life. They are the reason I do everything I do. So if my wife tells me she needs me there with her, guess what? I'm going to be there with my wife, and that's just how it's going to be. Hopefully everybody has those same kind of principles. I really do. I've watched people that thought working all the time was the right way to go about it. Actually had a conversation with one of my wife's friends' husbands. They're divorced now, but he said as long as he's bringing in the money, he don't feel like he has to be there all the time. It's like, trust me, all the money in the world does not replace you being there for them and being the father and the husband that they need you to be. Now, obviously, you need to provide for your family, but at the same time, it doesn't replace spending quality time with them. And I really, really can't fathom how people can believe that it does, because it's just crazy talk, in my opinion. I mean, I've never been one to believe that work is all that important outside of making the 40 hours working my schedule to be able to provide for my family the things they need me to provide for them. And after that, it's time for family, man. It's time to spend time with the family. And then once they go to bed, it's time for me to get my time in on the game, do what I do with these commentaries, and that's it. I mean, that's my life. That's what I do. And that's how I really believe a lot of people need to look at it. Is nothing, especially when you have a young child, nothing will ever replace quality time with mommy or daddy. And I do mean absolutely nothing. It don't matter what you buy them, how much shit you get them. Nothing will replace you spending time with them using you like a human jungle gym. Like the other day, I'm laying in the hallway playing with my little girl. She walks behind me. I'm laying on my stomach, and I hear her jump, and I know what's about to happen. She's jumping knees first in my back, laughs, jumps up, and tries to do it again. And those are the moments that I cherish in life, man. It was a decision I made a long time ago. I knew at a young age, at probably about 16, 17, I knew I wanted to be a father. And I had a lot of examples in life of how not to do it, how not to go about it, and I couldn't wait. I told my wife by the age of 25 I wanted to have a child. We did. We had my little girl. At first, there was a little bit of disappointment that it wasn't a little boy, but once you hold him for the first time, it doesn't matter anymore. All I cared about was she was healthy and she was mine, and it was the greatest feeling in the world. It really was. Probably the happiest I've ever been in my life was the day that we had our little girl. I couldn't be happier now. Obviously, like I said, it's not easy being a parent. It's really not. It's quite the challenge, because you have a person that depends on you for everything, that you are their lifeline. You are what makes them be able to be alive, pretty much. And it's a hell of a thing if you ever really think about it. It's one crazy ass situation. But it's something I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't trade it for all the riches or anything like that, because no matter how bad my day's gone, no matter what's going on, my little girl can make me smile all the time. It's truly amazing. how easily she can make me smile, how happy she can make me just with the simplest thing. She looks at me and smiles, says, "Daddy, I love you," and that's it. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm smiling, I'm cheesing, and I'm happy as hell, man. It's crazy to think somebody else has that much control over you, to be honest. And I'll be the first one to admit, I have been a pretty selfish person throughout my life. You know, I've always looked at myself as number one, and that nobody would ever love me as much as I love me. And the day we had her and I held her in my arms the first time, it just dawned on me, I'm no longer the most important person in my life anymore. And it's pretty crazy that it could change in the blink of an eye like that. And it's funny, I told my wife one time, I said, you know, if the house ever catches on fire, I'm grabbing Natalie, which is my daughter's name, and I'm grabbing our dog, and I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. And my wife's like, "What, you wouldn't grab me?" I was like, 1, you're an adult. 2, the dog's always happy to see me. Oh, I know it's a little off topic, but it's something funny. In regards to that, I'd seen was, if you ever want to know which one truly loves you more, lock your wife and your dog in the trunk for 4 hours and see which one's actually happy to see you when you open the trunk. Oh, man. And that's true, though. Dogs are the only thing on this planet, in my opinion, that love you more than they love themselves, with the exception of a good parent. A good parent will love their child more than they love themselves. It's probably one of only 4 people on this entire planet I am willing to die for and willing to go to prison for. She might be the only one, actually, I'm willing to go to prison for, and that's just God's honest truth. And, you know, I was talking to my wife. My wife really wants to have a second child. I don't necessarily want one, mainly because I don't feel I get to spend the time I need to spend with my little girl as it is. And if we have 2, then it's harder to divvy up the time and all that stuff. But then my uncle did make a good point. He said it ain't really parents until you have 2, because if you only have 1, you always know who did it. And I couldn't help but laugh. It's like, that's pretty damn true and awfully funny. But I don't really see myself wanting to have another child at the time being. And if I did, it would definitely be before I turn, you know, 33, 32, 33. I don't want to have a child after that, because at some point, obviously, I'm going to want to hit retirement and relax and rest and just live out the rest of my years with me and my wife traveling. Really, that's what I want to do when I retire. I want to do a lot of travel. I want to see the entire country, maybe see, you know, other parts of the world. I've been out of the country once, and that was to go to the Bahamas on my honeymoon. So, you know, I'd like to visit a few other countries and stuff, do a few things like that. But I want to do a good bit of travel when I'm good and retired. Hit off a few things on the bucket list. I want to go see the Grand Canyon. I want to see Niagara Falls. I want to see Mount Rushmore. All that good stuff. So, I'm gonna buy a badass camper and do some traveling. Don't really have much more to say on that topic, man, because after that it's pretty much death. Now, I have already decided when I want to die. I want to die when I can no longer get to the bathroom in time. I think that'd be a good time to go. You know, if I'm 70 years old and can't make it to the bathroom without shitting on myself, it's probably a good time to go ahead and hang it on up. But with that said, colostomy bags, man. Colostomy bags. And for any of you that don't know what that is, just look it up. Just don't do a Google image search. Just look it up in Google. It's not very complicated, but I think most of my viewers are actually an older generation, you know. Not too many extremely young. At least I hope not. Not because I'm not appreciative of having, you know, the viewers or anything, but because my language is not suitable for children. So I used to put parental advisory warnings on all my videos up in the corner. Need to start going back and doing that again, man. Putting a little parental advisory, explicit language, like they have on all the rap albums and stuff. All the cool kids, you know, go buy the explicit content stuff from the store instead of getting the edited version in Walmart. And I can't blame them, because a fucking edited rap album is annoying to listen to. Too many pauses and stuff. Speaking of that, you know, like I said, that's gonna be one random ass commentary. I remember buying an Eminem album, and I didn't know I had accidentally bought the edited version. Wasn't paying any attention, and there was a song. It was the Marshall Mathers LP1, and there was a song on there that, shit you not, they wouldn't even let him put it on the edited version. He had to make a different song for it, and it was Kim, and I can't blame him, because that song was pretty bad as far as the lyrics. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I think I went like 40-8 or some shit like that. Whipped some ass, took some names, and all that good shit. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.